Hi, welcome to our channel True Up. Since the United States altered its policies in Japan in the 20th century, it has begun to apply similar restrictions to other countries. The US employed similar approach on Chinese telecom giant Huawei a few years ago, restricting Huawei's 5G technologies. With the onset of the Russia-Ukraine conflict this year, the US took advantage of developments in the international situation to target Russia. The US has imposed a number of penalties on Russia. This time, the US succeeded momentarily, and Russia's semiconductors reverted to their pre-crisis status. But how could Russia fall for this? To break free from the grip of the United States, Russia has also started a semiconductor research strategy, with the goal of mass production of 28-nanometer circuits by 2030. So, does Russia have a competitive edge in 28 nanometers development? What does it signify if Russia successfully mass produces 28 nanometer chips in the next days? Semiconductor development program in Russia. According to Tom's Hardware, Russia developed a new tentative strategy for semiconductor development on the same day. In terms of chip manufacturing, Russia intends to invest 420 billion rubles, $5.2 billion, to break past 90 nanometers. The 90 nanometers localization will be completed in 2022. Of course, Russia is not content with 90 nanometers. The country intends to reach mass manufacturing of the 28 nanometer chip technology by 2030. This aim is a significant step forward for Russia, which now has no neck. To be honest, this aim is not very excellent. TSMC is scheduled to reach mass manufacturing of 2 nanometers in 2026, whereas Russia has yet to complete 28 nanometers. Of course, this is an enormous step forward and leap for Russia. After all, Russia's entry into 28 nanometers is essentially a fresh start. It's comparable to when the United States amended my country's Huawei. It has such a horrible history. So, what are the benefits of bulk 28 nanometers manufacture in Russia? Or, how probable is it that Russia will succeed? Is there a benefit to mass producing 28 nanometers in Russia? First, X-ray lithography equipment may make a significant advance. The Russian Ministry of Trade and Industry awarded the Moscow Institute of Electronic Technology 670 million rubles, about 51 million yuan, on April 2. Of course, this money is not meaningless. The Russian Ministry of Trade and Industry plans to award Russia Moscow Electronic Technology. The college's large finances will be used to construct a lithography equipment that uses maskless X-rays. The method of this new lithography machine, according to Russia's prior disclosure, can be equivalent to the existing common EUV. Why is it probable that Russia will make a significant breakthrough in this field? Because Russia's Moscow Institute of Electronic Technology conducts research in the field of maskless EUV, the Russian institute initiated a project named Soft X-ray based on microfocus X-ray tube array source development, appropriate for 10 nanometers maskless lithography machine in 2002. So far, the journey has been quite smooth. This is part of the maskless X-ray study. With such an experimental research foundation, the Russian X-ray lithography machine may not be able to make big achievements in the future. Once this new form of lithography machine reaches a great achievement, it may not be able to compete with Russia's mass production of 28 nanometers in the future, even with such powerful technology. Second, Russia has extensive theoretical research as well as talent assurances. When you visit the Moscow Institute of Electronic Technology, which is in charge of this mission in Russia, you can't help but feel horrible. This academy, in reality, is not a generalist. The goal of this academy is to train professionals in the field of microelectronics, a member of Russia's national institutions of higher learning, a member of Russia's national team, surely has a very deep accumulation of technology and abilities in the field of microelectronics. Aside from talent protection, Russia has a strong theoretical base in theoretical research. How deep does it go? Russia began researching the manufacture of light sources in the 1980s, and ASMR, which is now a market leader in this sector, was founded in 1984. Naturally, ASMR's research origin is not as good in this field. With such deep basic theoretical research and talent assurances in Russia, mass manufacture of 28 nanometers may be advantageous. So, what does it imply that Russia has successfully mass-produced 28 nanometers? What does it imply if Russia is able to mass-produce 28 nanometers chips? To begin with, most chip operations may be programmed to eliminate external dependency. As we all know, chips are classified as civilian or military. In truth, military chips have always been manufactured entirely in Russia. However, 90% of Russia's higher-end civilian chips are imported from overseas. How will this affect things? This is the most recent example. If Russia can mass-produce 28 nanometers chips, most chip processes will be under control, and there will be no need to worry about being stymied by other governments. Furthermore, despite the fact that many semiconductor firms throughout the world are currently pursuing high-end chips, the current application breadth of high-end processors is limited. Russia's successful mass manufacturing of 28 nanometers will surely assist Russia in reducing its reliance on other countries. Second, boost the economic benefits to Russia. On April 6, China Financial Group issued a fresh study report revealing that the time between chip order and delivery has climbed to more than half a year, or 26.6 weeks. Global chip supply is still in limited supply at the moment. It has already been prolonged for more than a half year, and the present shortage of chips with mature 28 nanometer technology is so severe that my country's SMIC is even boosting its own manufacturing capacity as a result. There are now Shanghai 3 projects in Lingang, Beijing, and Shenzhen. The current high demand for 28 nanometers may not provide significant economic benefits to Russia. In short, the appeal started by the United States, in my opinion, forced Russia to pay attention to the semiconductor industry. Russia's zeal for creating high-end X-ray lithography equipment has not waned, and the country has achieved a major breakthrough in chip fabrication mass production. In Russia's case, it is still highly probable that mass production of 28 nanometer chips will be completed as predicted, removing the designation of basically equipped country for its own technical progress. Thanks for watching our video. We would appreciate it if you subscribed our channel and gave us a thumb. See you.